Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're gonna go over the two types of zonings that apply to short-term rentals and how they differ. Let's get into it.
So let's talk about the two types of zonings. They're not really zonings, they're more uses, but for this video, we'll keep them as zonings. There's visitor accommodation and tourist home. What's the difference? Well, in a visitor accommodation, it's strictly short-term rental. 30 consecutive days or less is what you are allowed to rent it. You can personally stay in it, or you can rent it out, but it has to be 30 days or less. When it comes to tourist home, there are three different things you can do with that. One, you can short-term rent it, but there's no stay limit. Two, you can limit it long-term. Three, you can rent it long-term. Now, if you choose to live in it long-term, you can sign a statutory declaration that you're doing that with the town of Canmore, and they will allow you to get the lower residential tax rate, because these units are taxed at a commercial tax rate because obviously you're running a business inside of it.
One of the common questions we have from our clients, specifically buyers, is what's the difference when it comes to purchasing a visitor accommodation versus a tourist home, and which route should I go? Some of you may know visitor accommodation as hotel condo. That's what we refer it to in our real estate database. Typically what we see with these properties that allow for short-term rental is that most people are taking advantage of that opportunity and trying to generate as much of a return on investment as possible. So usually either zoning, it's not really going to make a difference because they both allow for 30 consecutive days or less, or in other words, Airbnb. So with that being said, one thing that we would encourage you to look at is the amount of product we have. So typically we're going to have more hotel condo product than tourist home product. Now, as a general rule of thumb, hotel condo and tourist home, if we're looking at identical units, are going to be pretty similar in price. However, there are some tourist homes that can really run up the budget. There's some nicer townhouse style tourist homes that do exist in Canmore. Another area with the tourist home designation that's very popular is Spring Creek, which is right in the heart of Canmore, and it offers some fantastic new condos.
One of the other things to think about when you're purchasing a Airbnb or a visitor accom, hotel condo, tourist home, whatever we're talking about here in the different zonings, is they can be difficult to finance. We highly recommend that you find somebody in the valley that understands the wording and the zoning of these to get these products done. If you need any information on that, we can definitely help you. We have some partners that we deal with that really truly understand these types of markets. We also do understand that in this type of product, there are people who don't need financing.
Another thing to note of, if you are planning to finance your property, these properties usually take a minimum of 20 to 35% down. So that's definitely something to be aware of. We have had some people who have thought that they could do maybe 5% down or something like that, and that just doesn't exist. Thanks for watching our video on short-term rental zonings. If you guys have any other questions about these zonings and what style might be best for you, feel free to reach out to us directly. I'll have our information below. That being said, if you have any other questions about other zonings in Canmore that don't pertain to renting or anything that has to do with short-term, let us know and we would be happy to provide that information to you as well. See you next time.